Hey there, it's Todd Burrier, and I am so excited that you're going to get a chance to watch my 10 ways to improve your life right now because I really believe it's going to help you improve your life right now. Just want to give you a little heads up. I filmed that in my office. I was moving around a little bit, and my camera didn't follow me 100% of the time in the perfect way. It's not very noticeable, but I just, giving you a heads up. The content in it, I think, will be life-changing for you in some regards, especially if you take action on even any one of the things that I share in that. So I hope you really enjoy it, and here it comes. Hey there, I'm Todd Burrier, and welcome to my 10 ways to improve your life right now. So everything I'm going to share with you in this short video is about how you can make a difference right now, about things that can help you feel better right now, or help you feel inspired or empowered right now. They will all work, certainly from a long-term perspective. As a matter of fact, anything that will help you right now that is not about instant gratification, but is really about an investment in yourself that helps you long term will make a difference for you. And everything I'm going to share are things that have helped me dramatically in my life. I come from a background of being a very introverted and low self-esteem. That was my upbringing, small thinking, and some of these strategies changed my life. And of course, I had to act on that, but they changed my life. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to talk about, number one, is decide to say yes to you. So decide to say yes to you. Decide yes to you. So what does that mean? What it means is that you first is not selfish. In other words, many of us spend a lot of time taking care of everybody else, but we don't take care of ourselves. And sometimes it's because we don't think we're worth it. Sometimes we just don't think about it. Sometimes we don't accept ourselves so much. And all that stuff is not helping. The reality is, let's say you really are heavily involving serving other people, or you're just investing yourself heavily in your work, or you're doing something, but you're not taking care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, it's just a matter of time, right? Before you can't take care of anyone. You can't help anyone. No one is so important that they can't stop to take care of themselves. And it's interesting, isn't it, how we're in a culture where if you put me first, it's egocentric. No, not in this case. The concept is work on yourself and help yourself to be the best you can be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you're worth it. And in other words, take care of yourself in order to take care of someone else. So think about it in those contexts. See, I take care of myself for my family. I take care of myself for the people that I serve, the people I mentor, the people I coach, the people I teach, the people I lead. I take care of myself so that I can better do that. So in that case, you first is not selfish. It's the opposite, right? It's ensuring that you're able to make the kind of difference that you can. And taking care of yourself on a daily basis will make a big difference for you. Okay, so there's tip number one. Decide to say yes to you because you are worth it. That's just a fact. You're worth it. So next is one thankful minute. One thankful minute per day. One. You don't have to do 5. You don't have to do 10. You don't have to read a list of 100 things, although that'd be awesome. But if you just spend 1 minute thinking about just how good you have it, right? I mean, that is just, it's an incredible thing to do, but it's also something that can easily be lost, right? And because we're in a culture where it's all about what you don't have. You need this or you need that in order to be happy. But the truth is, you're already incredibly blessed, right? If you just took stock of your physical attributes, would you rather get rid of a hand? Or how happy are you to have a hand, right? I mean, of course you don't think about that day to day. My sister had this plaque in her bathroom for years, and it said, imagine how happy you would be if you lost everything you had right now, and then you got it all back. Isn't that interesting? I mean, you can really feel that. And that's what I'm talking about, is that you have a lot of blessings, a lot. I'm talking physical, material, relational, all around you. You could sit down and make a list of things to be thankful for that would take you all day if you really thought about it, right? So the reason I'm telling you to do this is if you wake up in the morning and you spend one thankful minute just being thankful for how good you have it, you become very attractive as a spirit. Grateful people who understand, and I'm not talking about not trying to accomplish something, quite the opposite. I'm talking about accomplishing something from not a base of lack, right? Coming from the perspective of you already have an amazing life, right? Because you're physically well enough to do lots of things, and you have all kinds of access in the world to do things that no one in history has had a chance to do in the past because of the world that we live in. Be thankful for that stuff, and be thankful for what you have while you pursue what you want. And because that is an attractive way to be. Not only will you feel better, but you'll be magnetic. You are magnetic when you're thankful. So that's the second one. Again, something that 1 minute a day will make a difference. Number 3, feed your sunny side. Feed sunny side. So who's sunny? Well, we all know that we've got 2 little guys or gals, depending on who you may be, that are with us all the time, right? One is the sunny side of life, and the other is the, well, let's just call the dreary view, right? The dreary view. And unfortunately, the view that gets fed by the world is the dreary view, right? I mean, it doesn't start that way. You know, when we're young, the sunny side gets fed, right? I mean, our needs are attended to. We're encouraged to do everything. Try this, try that. Yeah, everything we do, even when we take steps and fall down, our parents are like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. You know, we're supported and comforted. But as we get older, what happens? Man, the voices change. The environment changes. And then suddenly it's all about what you can't be, what you can't do, who you're not. And not about what's possible and who you are. And man, this is a deep one for me, because I grew up not just as a glass half empty guy. I grew up as not even a glass kind of guy, right? And so it's really powerful to think about the fact that you have to purposefully feed the sunny side. You have to purposefully do things like put positive information, like read something that inspires you, or listen to something that inspires you. Turn off the news, right? Quit listening to complainers and whiners on social media. Take your time to be purposeful about what goes into here, because what goes in here has a lot to do with how you feel, right? Your emotions and the environment of your emotions, man, that is a big thing in how you're going to feel every day. So make sure you are feeding the sunny side. The world will feed the dark side. You got to feed the sunny side. And I tell you, it only takes a few minutes a day. Reading books changed my life. It absolutely changed my life. I mean, I acted on it, but it changed my life. So take a few minutes to put something good in your brain and do everything you can. You won't be able to fully block out all the negative stuff, but do everything you can to minimize the amount of the dark side that you allow in. So just feed the sunny side a day and you will feel better. Number 4 is give and serve. I gotta tell you, it's so true. If you're ever feeling bad, just go do something nice for somebody. Just go serve somebody. Just go give something of yourself. You can give whatever you've got, right? You don't have to have money. If you do, give that. But you can give your resources, you can give your time, you can give your attention, you can give your affection, you can give a lot of things. You can give encouragement that will make a huge difference for another person. And I give you a little example that always kind of sits with me. You know, it goes back to when you're a kid. You know, when you're a kid and you got a birthday coming up, and you know, man, you're just jacked, right? You're all jacked up because you're going to get a whole bunch of presents and it's going to be all about you. You know, maybe you're still like that now. Maybe you still have a little bit of that. But I would submit to you that you feel a lot more excited about giving someone a gift than you do about what you're going to get on your birthday. Oh, hey, this is great. I got another sweater I'm never going to wear, right? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, right? But giving, that's the thing that stays with you. And I've been focused on giving insanely for years and years and years, and it just fills you up. It fills you up. You cannot, absolutely cannot feel bad in a day if you invest yourself in giving somewhere. And the proverb says, "He who waters will himself be watered." It's such a fact. I mean, when you water, when you give, when you pour out for the benefit of others, it just comes right back immediately because you feel so good. It's pretty cool that you give of yourself and you feel good right away. It's almost a selfish way to make yourself feel good by doing something good for someone else. And it's immediate. It's immediate. Okay, so number 5, say something nice. Say something nice to somebody. Right? There are people all around you, right? Whether you're going to a store or you're at the post office or you're just going in and out of the gym. You interact with people all the time. Someone calls you. Say something nice to someone. I cannot stress to you how important this is and how it'll make you feel, because think about it this way. There are a lot of people that you interact with that nobody said anything nice to them this week, right? Not this week. maybe not this month. No one has really purposefully said something nice to them. Imagine how they feel. I mean, think about it. You just make it a point to say something nice to someone, right? You know, say, hey, I love the way your hair looks today. Or, man, did you just paint your nails? They look fantastic. Or, wow, man, those are great shoes. Or, you know, I really appreciate, you know, just the kind of the lightness you bring when you come in a room. And I really appreciate the way you do this. You can't imagine what an impact that will make to people. So say something nice, it will light them up, and it will instantly light you up. All right, number 6 is affirm your strengths. Affirm your strengths. This is a really interesting one to me. You know, I frequently will coach individuals, and I also frequently work with groups of people that I'm trying to help them develop and make progress in their life and become more successful in a variety of different ways. And you know, if I ask someone to list their weaknesses, man, their pen is smoking. They got them all. They got them all like in a minute. I say, okay, why don't you list your strengths? I'm like, my strengths. I see what. I'm sort of kind of good at. It's ridiculous. It's backwards, right? Because your strengths, man, that is what you are given. Those are what you're supposed to use. That is your uniqueness, right? And what is a strength? That's anything that comes easy to you is a strength. Anywhere you have real interest is a strength. Anything that you pick up quickly is a strength. Anything that you just really enjoy is a strength. I mean, those are, not to mention, you can go on things that you've learned are strengths and resources are strengths and yada, yada, yada. There's a whole bunch of other things that can be strengths. But the point is, if you affirm your strengths and quit beating yourself up over your weaknesses, man, you will be really excited about what's possible. Because first of all, nobody is strong everywhere. Every single human being on the planet has got as many weaknesses as they do strengths. But the point is, you got just as many strengths as you do weaknesses. That is the point. Forget the weaknesses. You're not supposed to use them. You're just supposed to manage them, right? You're just supposed to figure out how to manage them so they don't get in your way too much. But your strengths, you can develop and cultivate, and you can do anything through your strengths. That's what you're supposed to use. So affirm your strengths. Take some time, list them out, and affirm them. All right, number 7 is affirm your accomplishments. So your accomplishments. What does that mean, Todd? What does it mean to affirm my accomplishments? Well, I'm glad that you asked. So, same kind of concept as weaknesses, but in a little different vein. So here's what people do. We go through life, we try stuff, doesn't so much work out, then we try other stuff and we do fine at it, right? We do real well. Some things we excel and do tremendously. But here's what we do. The things that don't work out, we build monuments to those things. We build these gigantic, overwhelming, just towering monuments to this little failure over here. When in fact, we have accomplished so many things in our life. So many things that at first we couldn't do. I mean, go all the way back to when you were this tall, right? When you were this tall, you couldn't do anything. Everything you do now, you learned at some point you couldn't do at some point. And then you can stretch that out, right? There's many things in your life that you accomplished and you did well. If you were to think about that and remember that, really remember, hey, I'm someone who's accomplished a lot of things. Everywhere I look, there is a signal that I've accomplished something. Right? Me standing here is a signal that I've accomplished. Me speaking to you is a signal I've accomplished something. Me writing is a signal I've accomplished something. There's so many things. But we're cultured and pushed in that negative direction. So if we were to just take a little stock and recognize that, you know what? In my life, most everything that I've actually tried to do and stayed with, I ultimately could. Man, is that an empowering way to think, because once you get that, now you're going to have an unlimited life. You're just unlimited. Imagine how that feels every day. That's why I'm talking about stuff you can do right now to improve your life right now, because if you improve the way you feel, everything will change. You improve the way you think, zoom, everything else will change. So that's sort of how we're going there. Okay, so number 8, exercise. Exercise. Some of you right now are like, I should have shut this guy off sooner. Yeah, it's exercise. Yeah, you got to move your body. It's the only thing you got to live in. If you don't move it, it doesn't feel good. And when it doesn't feel good, this doesn't feel good. And when your head doesn't feel good, you don't feel good about anything. you're not good for anything, right? You don't have the energy, you don't have the strength, you don't have the stamina, you don't have the drive, you don't have the focus, you don't have the clarity, you don't have any of that when your body doesn't feel good. And I'm not talking about being a workout freak. I'm talking about just get out and move, right? If you're out of shape, take a walk. I'm not saying like walk 20 miles. I'm saying take a walk. Walk somewhere, anywhere, down the street. Get on an exercise bike and ride it a little bit. But do some things that stimulate you, feed oxygen to your brain, your muscles get happy, your whole body lifts a little bit. It might take a little longer before you get that endorphin thing, which is a whole nother animal, but I'm just telling you, you'll feel better. Not to mention, you'll create a habit that can change your life, because this is actually not optional. If you want to have a great life, that was not optional. It's just not optional. Some people act like it is, but it's not, right? You don't want to get your exercise by jumping to conclusions in life. You want to get your exercise by actually making sure you're doing stuff. But again, doesn't have to be crazy. You can work your way onto crazy if you want, but that's not negotiable. And when you do it, you'll feel good right away. You'll feel good right away, because if you're not doing it right now, you already know you're not doing it, and that's actually a source of negative feeling for you. That's a source of guilt for you. So exercise, even just a tiny bit, will make a huge difference right away in how you feel. Yeah, you're not going to look like Charles Atlas. You're not going to be a long-distance runner right away. And who says you have to, right? You just need to take care of yourself and feel good every day. Number 9 is nutrition. Nutrition is another thing that is easy to get wrong and incredibly powerful to get right. So it's really good, really simple if you think about it this way. Bad foods feel bad, and good foods feel good. And that's a great way to look at it. You might be duped into your system because you're used to sugar or used to processed garbage or some kind of stuff. And I'm not saying you can't eat any of that the rest of your life. I would never tell you that, because if you like it, you're going to eat it. What I'm saying is, when you eat the right things on a normal basis, then your body responds. And when your body responds, your mind responds, your emotions respond, you feel better. When you eat well, you feel good, you feel jazzed, you feel energized, you feel clear, you feel all the stuff you feel when you exercise. But this one's even more important. As a matter of fact, when you do this one, it helps you exercise. The second thing is you need to supplement. You got to take quality supplements, because no matter how much you eat, your body cannot get everything it needs to be optimally healthy from food. And you can do your own research, but that's just a fact. And look, I will tell you anything that I don't practice, right? And I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and the results are I'm in a lot better situation than people my age who haven't done this stuff, right? Now, not because I'm Superman, my genetic tree is scary, but reality is these things will make you feel better right now, and they will allow you to live longer and more vital in the long run. And then number 10, start something. I don't care what it is, but I'll give you 2 spots. Everybody without fail has this thing, whatever this thing is. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's an instrument they want to play, maybe it's a language they want to learn, maybe it's a hobby they want to take up. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. Everybody's got one of these. Some people say, when I have enough money, I'll do that. And other people say, when I have enough time, I'll do that. And some people say, oh, when I retire, I'll do. How do you even know you get a chance? Life is now. And so the thing that's there, and it nags too. I mean, it pops up all the time. You can go a few weeks without thinking about it, and poof, there it is. Like, hey, what about me? I'm the thing in your heart to do that you keep ignoring, right? Because and it eats at you. So not only is it not helping you feel good, it's helping you feel bad, because it's a hole in your spirit, so to speak. So if you got one of those projects, start it. I don't care if you do 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes a day will change your life. Right? How does a book get written? A page at a time. Actually, a word at a time. Right? Don't worry about, I write the whole book. I can't do that. It's a big project. Blah, 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 blah. I'll sit down and write for 10 minutes and see what happens. Not tomorrow. I'll sit down and write for 10 minutes and see what happens. And you know what? In a little while, I have a book. And then you go, holy cow, I wrote a book. It's not that hard. This stuff is not hard. That's why I love giving it to you, because it's common sense, but we don't think about it in this way. But I've lived it. And it's unbelievable what your life can look like just doing a couple little stuffs. Because you make each day awesome, you'll have an awesome life. So you got a project in your heart. That's a good one to think about taking the start on. Or this might hit a little deeper. Maybe you don't like what you do for a living. Maybe you don't like your job. Maybe you don't like your career. Maybe you don't like your business. maybe you feel like you're not valued. Maybe you don't feel like you're treated well. Maybe you feel like you don't spend enough time with your kids. Well, I don't, whatever it is for you, do something about it, right? Do something about it, right? There's so many opportunities in today's world, right? So it's a money project. It's a quality of life money project. Maybe it's a home business. Maybe it's a way you can use to provide a service somewhere. Whatever that is, start it. Start it. Don't start and go, if I'm not successful in 6 months, I'm not. That's not a very optimistic A, or B. That's not the right perspective long term. Start it. If it's something you want to do, something you enjoy doing, something that's going to make a difference in your life and the life of your family, you'll figure it out. Or you can find mentors who will help you with it. But long term, you will feel better immediately just starting it. Promise you. Whether it's a project, or whether it's a little home business of some sort, or a way to work your way out of a job, or something that you've been, agonizing over for years, just do something about it. Take a step and figure it out later. Don't worry about figuring it all out now, right? Or you'll never figure it out. You're never actually ready for anything, right? And were you ready to, if you're a parent, were you ready to have a child? Probably not, right? Well, if you're a mom and you're 9 months pregnant, you probably are. You're like, holy cow, I want to get this thing out. But in general, are you ready to have a baby? No, you just figure it out, right? And it all works out. And that's how it is in everything that you do, right? You come out of college and you get a job. Are you ready for that job? No. You got a college education, but you don't know how to do the job, right? It's like everything. Don't worry about having it all figured out. Just start. Just starting will be exhilarating, right? Starting something takes you out of your comfort zone. And you know what your comfort zone is? It's a cage. That's what it is. Nothing fun is in your comfort zone very much, right? Because it's the same stuff over. Hey, you got one life. One life. Live it. Be alive. Go for it. Have fun. Be excited. Be exhilarated. Go for what matters to you. Okay? So, there's 10 things you can do to improve your life right now. So, this is just a couple little things here. If you get value from what you saw here, like it and share it. Comment, help me get the word out. My whole purpose is to help as many people as I can, because I love it. I mean, I live this area down here, the feed and serve, and I love that stuff, So, and then here's another little thing for you. If you've got some, let's say, untapped potential, and you know that you do, and you're struggling, maybe I can help. Maybe I can help. So feel free to shoot me an email. I invite you to shoot me an email. My email address is tburrier@gmail.com. It's in the description box below, tburrier@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Just include these 2 things. What is your number one focus right now? So that's one. What is your number one focus right now? And the second one is, what is the number one question you would have for me? So those 2 things, send them in the email, and I will absolutely get back to you. I respond to everybody. I'm very blessed because I'm involved in helping lots of people. So I do get a lot of people to respond to and work with, but it's all good because I will absolutely respond to you, and it'll be pretty timely. Okay, so what's your number one focus? What's your number one question you have for me? tburrier@gmail.com. Hey, I really look forward to hearing from you, and I'm glad you stopped by. Go get some life, improve it, and have some fun. Okay? See you next time.